Well, good afternoon. My name is Daryl Webster, and I'm going to be conducting this tour of the American Court System online course for Rogers State University. This is my first time doing this kind of a tour, so if it's a comedy of errors, I hope you enjoy it with me. The noise you probably hear in the background is my 3-year-old daughter playing in our living room, so pay more attention to me than you do to her. What you see here is a list of past courses, or rather the master course that the current course was built out of, and this is the current course that we're going to tour. So I'm going to click on this and it will take us to the course. This is probably structured a lot like yours. There's a menu here on the left that has the major components of the course shell. There is a Start Here section, and that's what we will begin with. And here we meet the instructor, give contact information, and briefly discuss some aspects of the course. There's a lot of almost unlimited space here, and so much of what I'm learning from QM I'll incorporate into this page as I begin future courses. We discuss not just myself, but posting and examinations. Here we have some charming photographs of the instructor and his wife and various dead fish. The instructor and kids, the instructor and snow. And below that, the college has created this boilerplate section to help students on how to get started with minimum course requirements or minimum technical requirements, and an instructional section on how to use student email. This for the benefits of the students. Going back to the menu, there is a syllabus tab. The syllabus should already be downloaded, and you've seen it if you opened my posting earlier this week. This is my syllabus for the course with the required text, course description, course objectives, and a unit by unit outline with unit objectives. Here we discuss the assessment tools, reading assignments, online discussion, weekly teach-back exercises, a term project that is due in week 14, a section on examinations, of which there are 3, and then we move to the grading policies, where I describe the number of points that are associated with each particular tool, the percentage of the total grade that each makes up, and then we grade strictly on a 100 to 60% basis, letter grade A through F. There's a section on academic misconduct, the usual plagiarism statement, attendance policy, ways of contacting me, help desk, etc. Going back to the tab, there's an announcements page. I don't use it all that much. Normally when I make announcements or communications with the students, I do it on the unit page for whatever unit we happen to be in, and I post it right along with all of the different assignments. But the advantage of using the announcements page is the ability to either post it as a priority announcement or a more routine announcement. And so if you have something that really needs to get communicated and it's essential that the students tune in and listen, then they know to go and look at this right quick. Coursework is where all of each unit's work is listed. So just taking Unit 1, which would have been the first week of the semester, it's structured pretty much as the rest of the units are. There is a teach-back exercise that students do each week. There's an attendance and participation section that is there just for grading purposes. The students have a discussion question 1. Normally there are 2 discussion questions per week, but in this course there's only 1 discussion question in the first week. Here I discuss the term project, let them know what the term project is about. Oops, I have to negotiate back here. When it's due, I refer them to the syllabus for instructions. Here we have lecture instructor comments. I'll show you what that looks like. Clicking on the pencil here is where we normally are permitted to edit the assignment. You're seeing the instructor view of the page. And we're connecting and connecting and connecting. And here we go. I'll show you what the lecture looks like. And here it is. I wouldn't break it down into how many words it is, probably about a page, page and a half. Back to coursework. And back to Unit 1. And we have a reading assignment. We generally work through the course, or through the textbook, front to back. I skip around a little bit. Sometimes some of the chapters aren't entirely relevant, so I'll break them in half and only assign what is relevant. And that is the bulk of, that's a pretty good example of what a week looks like. There's a grade book. The students have access to their grades at any particular time in the semester. So what you see here is a roster of my very small class this year. It's about half the size of the normal class that I teach, and their grades to date, not too great, and a couple of students here and here, for example, who are having some serious posting problems, and I'm trying to shock them out of that. The forum section, of course, is where discussion is held. And you can see here in Unit 1, there's one discussion question. And then from Unit 2 on, we do 2 discussion questions. Each student is required to make 1 position post for each question by Wednesday of the week. And then by the end of Thursday, they need to respond to 2 other postings. So they make a minimum of 3 postings per question per week. So that's a total of 6 postings per week. Their posts have to be a minimum of 65 words, and they have to be substantive. So what I found in the past is a lot of students would do a lot of "me too," "I agree," "good work," that sort of thing. And so students are warned in the syllabus that that kind of posting isn't considered substantive, and also the 65-word requirement encourages them to post or to make posts that are complete thoughts. And of course, that's what we're looking for. Roster, you've already seen roster. That is pretty much it. And as much as I would like to hog more of your time, I'm just glad it's worked out this well this far. So any questions, feel free to ask me online. And this is going to be a conclusion of the tour. Thank you very much.